gauging rating exercise. So here you've set up a new station as previously shown on your map. So here is station 80909 Lake Hydrological outlet. So you hover onto it, and if you go on the station details link, that's where you can see all your station's information as previously shown. So here is your metadata. On the second tab is where you inputted your initial fields, and this is where you've copied and pasted your historical information that was on the previous software. So you've put that on the description field, and in the photo tab, that's where you've uploaded your photo. So here you've got a station gauge photo for that station. So now, to add gauging data for that surface water station specifically, what you need to do is you go on the left-hand side, you click on Import, you go on Select Files, and then you select the files on the computer that you want to upload, which here is the gauging and the water level files. You click on Upload, and then you click on Import. Once again, it asks you to validate that. Make sure that you don't override all data. And once it's imported, you can display the water level graph as previously shown. So here you can visualize your data. And on this one, if you have a close look at it, you can see that something is happening just before June 2002 or at the beginning of June 2002. Something a little bit abnormal. So this may indicate a rating change at that time. So you keep that into mind. So from here, you want to now visualize your gauging data. So for this, you go on the left-hand side menu and you click under Modules on Calibrations, Flow Rate. You choose your station, Lake Hydrological outlet for that one, and you can see here a little graph icon that you can click on to view your data. So you can see all the gauging data plotted as black crosses on the graph, and that's from where you can edit a curve. So you click on New. On the top hand side, you can choose which equation you want for your curve, and then you choose your period. So the starting date and the end date. So here we saw that something was happening at the end of May 2002. So we want to see what the curve does for that time period between 1994 and 2002. On the right hand side, that's where you can input the dot density. So basically what that means is how many dots you want to see for each height section. There are 4 lines here, and depending on the dots that you have and the results of your gauging, you choose some numbers that are coherent with that. So here we've just done that. You generate your curve, and here you can see the first curve in yellow, and it basically corresponds to the different dots of the gaugings. So that's from March 94 until June 2002. Now you want to create a second one, a second curve starting from June 2002 onwards. You do the same thing. You don't have to change the dot densities again, it's already there. And then you click on Generate. There was just a mistake on the month, but 1st of June. So here it creates the second curve, and now on the left hand side you can select the 2 curves that you've just created for the 2 periods, and you update the graphs. And here you can see your 2 rating curves separately. The one from the first period before the rating change, and the one from the second period after the rating change. So you can see that it's slightly different here. So there was a change in the way the river was shaped between these 2 periods. So now that you have your 2 rating curves, you want to apply them to your time series data. So to do that, you go back on the left-hand side menu and press on Calibration, Flow Rates, where you can go to your time series data, and then you can see a new icon. That's a conversion icon that converts the water heights to flow. So you click on it, and then it uploads your data. So on the left-hand side, this is where you can convert the water level, which is in blue, into the flow, which is in red. So to do this, just press that button, convert H to Q. So it takes about 60 seconds to load for this dataset, and the loading time depends on the data weight and how much data there is. So here it is. Once it is loaded, you can see the two curves displayed together. So the flow is in yellow on the right axis, and the water level is in blue. And you can play with it like any other graphs. You can play with the axes, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. And once you're happy with it, then you have to click on validate the correction. That's a very important step to make sure that you actually save your data, your new data. So once it's saved, and that takes a very short time, it's displayed in red. So flow that was in yellow is now in red. And you now have a new flow time series linked to your station. Now you want to apply statistics to your new datasets so that you can analyze it. So go back to your map and hover back on your station to go to your station data. And here you can see a flow time series that appears. If you just click on that, edit it, and here it is on the new graph. So on the top left is where you can display the stats line. So just click on that button, and then you can click on the bottom arrow to choose which ones you want to display, like the mean, the median, the first quartile, 90th percentile, the first quartile, whichever you would like. And you can unclick all of them. And for more statistics, you can click on the statistic button on the top right of the graph. And here you can see the general statistic number first, so just the minimum, the quartile, etc., in a table format. And then if you click underneath, this is your annual statistics with a box block at the top. And then if you scroll down, you can see it in a table format. So that's your annual statistic. Then you can click on the monthly stats. And here again, you got a box block. Here it's only one year, so it's there flat. And the table underneath for every month. And finally, you can click on the last one, which are your daily stats. And you have it displayed on the table, and you can see for each month all the maximums are in red and the minimums in blue. So this stats module can be used for every time series in your database, and it will be further developed with advanced statistics in the future. So now to export your data, you just need to close that window, and it takes you back to your time series list. So you just click on the one you want to export, for instance here, all of them, these 4 time series. And on the left-hand side, you click on the green button Export. And then you just wait for it all to export, to download as a compressed files. It has created all your files, and then you just download it, choose where you want to save it on your computer, save. It's very quick. So then you have all of them as CSV files. But if you want to export more time series, or all of your time series that are in your dataset, there's another way. You just go to time series data, and then you click all of your station, put them on the right, validate, and it loads it for a while. You can select all of them very quickly on the top of each table, and then once again click on the green button Export. And here you just have to wait a little while, but it's very, very quick processing. While it exports, creates all your files as CSV files, And then once again, when it's done, you just see that button appear to download all the files, save them on your computer as compressed files. And then here you go, you have them all on your computer.